Welcome you back to the cyber security strategy session. Today we'll be talking about data protection and recovery. Well, in this session we will discuss about what is this data recovery, why we're talking about data recovery, why data protection is important, what are the solutions and the softwares which are in place, how we can recover the hidden data and the data which we are lost in hardware, USB drive, even your laptop, your computer, even at times you lost your mobile phone also and you wanted to recover that data, even your mobile phone damaged. So how you can recover all your hidden data from the damaged device or a corrupted hard disk or any device by using different intelligence tools. So let us start with the discussion on why we're talking about backup and recovery. Backup and recovery describe the process of creating and storing copies of data that can be used to protect organizational against the data loss. So whatever is the data loss, you wanted to recover that, you wanted to have a backup, we need to have some intelligence tool or a process, and that's what is backup and recovery process. We generally use a term called as operational recovery. So let us understand why backup and recovery is important. The purpose of backup is basically to create a copy of data that can be recovered in the event of a primary data failure. Now, what is this primary data failure? Primary data failure can be the result of a hardware or a software failure, can be a data corruption or a human caused event. It can be a social malicious attack also. Malicious attack generally involve all your malware attacks, or it can be your accidental deletion of the data. So that is basically the primary data failure. So far we discussed about what is this backup and recovery, what are the types of backup. Let us understand what the different types of backup. So generally we have a full backup procedure, we also have a selective backup procedure, we also have a incremental backup procedure, and we also have something called as differential backup. Now let us understand each one of these types of backup. Let us start with the full backup. Now what is this full backup? Full backup includes all the files and directories on a specified drive are saved to back up the device. Now what is selective backup? Selective backup is basically allow you to back up only desired file or directories, particularly handy for saving your work folders and all. So selective, that you're very selective, you wanted only desired files or directories to back up. The next is incremental backup. Now incremental backup is basically copies of only the files, you wanted to copy only those files that are changed since the last backup. Incremental, that you wanted to copy only those files that are changed since the last backup. Now then comes the differential backup. Now what is differential backup? You wanted to copy all the files that are changed since the last full backup. Now there is a difference between the incremental and differential. Incremental, you wanted to copy all the files that were changed since the last backup, but in differential you wanted to since the last full backup. And these are the basically the differential backup, these are the latest and the fastest flexible types of the backup. So we discussed so far about the full backup, selective backup, incremental and the differential backup. Now so far we discussed about why backup is important, data backup, different types of recoveries, types of backup. Now what is important here is we understood the concept of backup and recovery, but what is the method, what are the tools, what are the software in place through which we can back up our data, whether it is your selective data, whether it is your full recovery, whether it is an incremental backup, whether it is a differential, which tool I should use. So I'll tell you the full list of the tools which I am using more often, right? You may also use any of the backup tools for your own data recovery whenever there are any failure comes, whether it is a hardware, software or a malware attack, any kind of attack you wanted to back up, you can use any of these tools. So I'll be starting the first tools which is very famous called as Autopsy. So you can use Autopsy also for the data backup. There's another tool called as Stellar Data Recovery. Other than Stellar Data Recovery, you also have Crash Plan. There's something called as On Track Easy Recovery. This is also very handy software. Eases data recovery, again quite easy to use it. It is available for a month, and so free download with the limited feature you can use it. Eases data recovery. Data Rescue 5, Paragon Backup and Recovery, Mini Tool Power Data Recovery, Recovery My Files Professionals, Wise Data Recovery, Get Data Back. So these are the different data recovery tools which you can use to recover your data if there is any loss of data. Now let us understand, so far we talk about data backup, recovery, what are the tools in place which you can use for the recovery purpose. This is again very important topic which we are going to discuss now is mobile device forensic. Now what is this forensic and why we need to at times analyze our devices also. So you wanted to analyze, you wanted to extract data from any of the portable devices such as mobile phones, your tablet, your SIMs, the drones, the digital camera, whatever. I mean you wanted to extract, analyze the data from these portable devices. We need to do three things basically. The first is the preparation. Now what does this preparation involves? Preparation is basically you wanted to extract data from the mobile phones by maybe a routing or maybe a jailtracks or an agent can be required as per the type of operating system installed in your device. Now the second step is the analysis. Now what you wanted to analyze, that is to extract required information, maybe your call details, maybe your SMS, your browsing history, installed app, your chats, your emails, connected networks. I mean if you what you exactly wanted to extract, that comes under your analysis, right? And the last is the software which we are going to use it for the analysis. Whatever deleted, you wanted to know the detailed SMS or a call history or a chat which is deleted, right, or an email or with which network you are connected. Let's say you wanted to analyze all those, we need to have a software. So I'll just say few software which we use, generally called as Oxygen Detective we use often, we use XRY. These are the software which we use for the mobile device forensics. So far we discussed about the portable device forensic, that is preparation, extraction, what information you want and which tool we will use to extract those deleted information. Then comes your memory forensic. Now memory from forensic means you prepare memory or a hard disk or any other storage device for the analysis and extraction of the data required. I mean you want a data from the hard disk or any storage device. Again in this also there are three things required, that is the preparation. You wanted making an image or a clone of the evidence memory device. You want to make a clone of that memory device like your hard disk, your DVR, your USB, your memory card, you have to make the clone of that. And then there are several tools are available for that purpose through which you can make an image or a clone of that evidences. That is maybe a media clone, maybe a solo 4 which you can use to make that clone of the evidence of the memory devices. Then comes the analysis. Now analysis basically what extraction you want, what data you wanted, that to extract required information from the memory including deleted file, again the browsing history, network connected or connected to the external devices. We also make a specific search for any text, photo, video, etc. as per the requirement. So analysis basically what information you require, the deleted information you required from the memory. Then comes the software. So what software we generally use for you wanted to analyze or you wanted to have that deleted data from that, generally we use NCAS and Axis Data FTK softwares through which we generally do the memory forensic. So that's all about the data backup and recovery. We discussed about the backup and recovery techniques, the types, the software which we can use. We also discussed about the mobile data forensics and the memory forensic. Towards the end, before we closing this session, I'll just float a one question. Name one data recovery software, whatever we discuss in this particular session. Thank you.